Hey guys, how you doing? I knew myself as the mathematics master, and today I'm going to teach you one thing that if you just learn it in less than 10 minutes, I'm going to teach you this stuff in less than 10 minutes, and I guarantee that you can solve any problem, any problem that you get involved in with my solution. But you're just going to listen to what I'm saying and remove what you have learned these all years. So let's go and start. Today I'm going to talk about the second, what do you guys call it? I'm going to talk about the second grade, the second grade, yeah, the second grade function, which is like this. Which, if we look closer, we can figure it out that the original function is going to be plus bx plus c, and the y that we have here, I'm going to move it then back here, and it's going to be minus y equals to 0. You all are familiar with this. I didn't explain this one because you all guys know it, and it's going to be c prime. So let's begin the main parts of our story. What I'm going to teach you here, you need to listen really carefully. I'm not just going to bullshit you. This is really something, and it's my way that can help you solve anything, and I mean anything, less than 30 seconds. Just look. So let's begin the main parts of our story. So we have an S here, which stands for the sum of the zeros in the second degree function, S, the sum of them. And this S equals to minus B divided by A. So remember this part. It's one of the most important parts. So the second part is the P, which is the multiply of the zeros in the second grade function. And the formula of this is C divided by A. These two starting here, these two, I don't know what I should call these, are the main character of our story. We're going to use it everywhere, and I mean everywhere, like I'm telling you, every single where. Before we talk about the delta formula or the other parts, let's begin the equation with just these two. How many minutes have we gone? So we have here x to minus 7x plus 10 equals to 0. The s, the sum of the zeros, as we have here, is going to be what? It's going to be minus b divided by a. So what we have here, minus 7 is going to be 7, and the a is 1. So the sum of the zeros is 7. So the multiply of the zeros, which was c divided by a, is going to be what? It's going to be 10, which is c, divided by a, which is 1. So we have a 10 here. So let's just think for a minute. What are the two zeros that the sum of them would be 7 and the multiply of them would be 10? Every guy, it's not a big deal. Every guy should know it's 2 and 5. The sum of them is 7, 2 plus 5 is 7, and the multiply of them is 10. So the zeros of this equation is, we have 2 here and we have a 5 in here. It's that easy. We can solve it in less than 10 minutes. So let's go with another equation. Can you see the difference? I put a plus in here instead of a minus. So let's do the same thing. So start from English, guys. I'm not a local English teacher. So the sum of the zeros in this equation is what? Is minus b, which is going to be minus 7 on a, and we have 1 in here. So the so the sum of the zeros is minus 7, and the multiply of the zeros, which we show it's p, is c. You see the one c in here, c divided by a, which is going to be, c is 10 and a is 1. So the s go with 7 and the p went with 10. What does it remind you? The sum of them is minus 7 and the multiply of them is 10. So the x's are minus 2 and minus 5. It's that easy. It didn't even take, 30 seconds if you use it. If you just practice at home, I don't guarantee you can solve less than 10 seconds. It's not necessary to write it. You don't have to write it. You can just guess it. It's not a big deal. Yeah. So I'm gonna go with just one equation else. Now I just want to show you that this works on every equation based on what I'm saying. So, and of course it has some limits, as I'm gonna tell you in the next videos. But for now, just learn this babies, and it's gonna help you a lot. It's gonna help you a lot. Yeah, sorry for my grammar. So the second equation, I'm gonna write just x2 plus 3x plus minus 10 equals to 0. So what's we gonna do in here? Yes, we're gonna do the same thing. You know, the sum of the zeros is minus 3 to 1. It's gonna be minus 3, and the p, the multiply of them, is minus 10 on 1. It's gonna be minus 10. So we have an s in here. Oh, sorry for that. We have an s in here, which is minus 3, and we have a p in here of the multiple of the zeros in the function is minus 10. Just think for a second. What are those x's that? What are those zeros that? The sum of them would be minus 3, and the multiply of them is minus 10. It's easy. It's minus 5. This is equals to minus 5 and 2. It's that easy. So guys, thank you for watching. So guys, these are the equation that you can solve with my solution, with the method I teach you. But there are some ways that's more difficult than what I'm saying here. But the point is, you can solve almost 80% of the equation second degree functions with my method. Now it's really easy. You don't have to do the delta formula and the other that it's going to confuse you. So use it. And if you want to, what about those 20% that you can solve this with this method? I'm gonna tell you that it's for the next videos. Thank you for watching. Love you, babies. The math monster is here. But you guys, for the last thing I want you to do is homework. I just want you guys to, if you can, just solve this problem. It's one of the hardest what we call it, equation in the fucking world. And just if you could solve it, comment below, and I'm just gonna explain to you. You know, it's one of the hardest equation in the world, but I guarantee you I'm gonna solve it in the next video in less than 1 minute. It's really easy the way I teach you. So the equation is x equals to x2 minus 4 if alpha and beta are the zeros of this function. It's gonna be alpha 3 plus 1 divided by beta, and beta 3 plus 1 divided by alpha. What is the answer of this? It's really easy. Don't look the way it's showing himself. And the options are, well, I'm going to give you options. It makes the work so easier, much easier. Give me the answer.